Hello guys and welcome to the 5th episode of the 0 to a Million Trading Guide. And we're going back a step here, and this one is for you guys on PlayStation. So you guys on Xbox, not really going to be so much help. It's more for the guys that are stuck, probably like myself, on PlayStation. Whilst the Xbox users have EA Access, we're still sitting there on here until we get Early Access, which is 4 days after what Xbox get. And what we're going to be talking about in today's episode is basically talking about how you can use what players went up on Xbox to see what are still good investments over on the PlayStation. Now, one thing I will say is that when players do go up on Xbox, you can expect to see a increase in players on PlayStation even as the game hasn't come out. And that's because people will see that Martial is maybe, I don't know, he's gone up to 40k on Xbox and he might only be like 20k on PlayStation, therefore people buy him up to 30k, you know, because they're seeing that he's going up near enough, it's guaranteed coins. But you're not looking to invest in those sort of players that have gone up as a result of the Xbox coming out. You're looking for the hidden gem sort of players that have gone up as such. And yeah, so the players I expect will be going up when the game first comes out, especially guys who will go up instantly and probably not be good investments, are your extremely mainstream big players. So talking big names as such, like Goretzka, Gabriel Jesus, Son, Martial, a lot of the big Premier League names, you know, yeah, Gabriel Jesus, Son, maybe players like Willian as such, you know, these big names, and players as well that if you want to go for a starter squad, you're going with them straight off the bat because you don't have many alternatives, I guess, who are low rated as such. But nonetheless, there will be a lot of really good investments out there because in some positions, maybe like right back, you got what's called like Valencia, Walker, Bellerin, Aurier. There's a lot of different players that will still be worth a little bit. But because they're not instantly demanded and they're like your madly mainstream players, apart from maybe Walker and Valencia, they might, you know, they may not go up as much, and as a result, they're still going to be in a good investment because people are focusing on the big players. So the first thing you would like to probably know is how on earth do you find these players? Now, one filter I would use is you go onto Footbin, Foothead, Footwiz, you know, other sites are available, and basically you go View, Gold Rare, and then you sort highest to lowest price. And the reason you're doing this is basically you're searching through gold rares and looking at the most expensive players first, and it's going to just go down and down and down and down. And what you're looking to do is scroll down and see the anomalies, because of course when you scroll on there, the most expensive rare gold is probably going to be Ronaldo, then Messi, then so on and so on. So a lot of the 90 rateds. But what you're looking for is you're looking for the 83s, the 84s, maybe even some 86s that are kind of out of their depth as such. So again, we're going on an example of Mbappe. Mbappe was like 150k 83 rated player. You know, this is a mad anomaly because the normal guys who are 150k are going to be like your De Bruynes, your maybe Neuers, your 90 rated players, not your 84s. So what you're looking to do is you're looking to scroll down, probably all the way down to about 7-8k-ish, looking at the anomalies. So again, you're probably going to be looking at like 81s. And again, it's going to be a lot of the pacey guys from the Prem because they're going to be the low rated players that have mad demand so they can sit at this sort of price. So again, you want to scroll down all the way down to 8k. So I'll give you, again, some more numbers. You might have the likes of Aurier popping up. You might have the likes of course, Son and Martial. You might have the likes of Edison popping up. And what you want to do is you want to go through each of these players. Again, these players that are really out their depths in the rating that they are compared to the price they are. And again, I like to call these high value, low rated players because, again, they're very low rated, but they have a mad value due to demand. And how you use these players to see which are the best investments for you guys on the PlayStation is you use player-to-player comparison and such, right? So let's say, for example, Aurier, because you know I know this is a guy who worked pretty well last year, is 10k on Xbox, and then he's 6k on PlayStation. So there, right there, you're getting basically there's 4k between the bid and buy now. Whereas let's say I scroll further down and let's say there's Jamie Vardy. Jamie Vardy is 10k on Xbox, but he's only 3k on PlayStation. I don't really think he would be, but you know, we'll say for example, you know, for the example. So therefore, as a result, I could invest on PlayStation in Vardy for 3k or Aurier for 10k, but they're both or Aurier for 6k, but they're both 10k on Xbox. So you know, they should both rise to that, if not more. You know, give or take a little bit. So, so as a result, you'd want to invest in the Vardy because you can invest in double your Vardys for your Auriers and potentially make double your coins. And then what you want to use is you then want to use this ratio to look for other players. So if I go maybe up a little bit and let's try and think of a player who might be quite expensive but not too much. Let's say you got Koulibaly, okay? Now Koulibaly on the Xbox is going for 20k because he's, let's say he's got a really nice card. whereas on PlayStation he's only going for 6k. But because this fits in the same ratio as the good investment on Vardy as such, because, you know, rather than him being costing 3k for a 10k return, he's costing 6k for a 20k return. So again, it's given the equal ratio as such. So what you'd want to do is you probably want to invest in a few Vardys and then pick up a Koulibaly, because the wider your range of investments, the safer you are. Because let's say, for example, don't know, everyone hates Vardy for some reason and he doesn't go up whatsoever. Well, then you've got that Koulibaly to fall back on, because again, Koulibaly should go up. As I say, you want to find as many of these guys you can fit into these decent ratios, because there's one thing you shouldn't really be scared about, right? Let's say, again, let's say you just can't find any deals, you know, Vardy is the only guy where he's like 7k cheaper than his going rate for like a, you know, basically he's like a 3 to 10 ratio as such, 3k buy, 10k sell, and you can't find anyone. The next best is, let's say, Aurier for 6k buy, 10k sell. Well, then just buy loads of Vardys. You know, you have 100 spaces on your transfer list. You have 50 on your watch list. You could just fill your transfer list with Vardy. Now, you do have the theory or the worry that he doesn't go up. One massive thing I should have explained a second ago is make sure these players aren't inflated for SBCs. And the way you know that they're not inflated for SBCs is because they're probably trash players. So, for example, let me say Gonzalez, right? Gonzalez is a Argentinian centre-back from the MLS. Well, this guy would probably be using a lot of advanced SBCs, and by some miracle, he may have been used so much in SBCs that he's up to 8-9k. Well, you'll be able to see that Gonzalez has I mean, he's got 75 pace for like a centre-back, but he's in the MLS, like no one really wants him. And again, another reason you can see this, if you just head over to the, I guess, the price comparison, and look how much they've cost in the last few hours, you'll see that the prices are fluctuating left, right, and centre, whereas if you look at Aurier, you know, we're looking at Xbox prices here, he's probably going to be like 10k flat, maybe give or take a k, whereas if they're being used for SBCs, they'll be all over the shop. And again, you'll probably be able to identify them because they just don't look like a very good player. So that's one thing you want to make sure they're not only expensive golds because they're being used for SBC, make sure that they have attributes people would want, you know, pace, good league, and so on and so on. And yeah, that's what I just recommend. So I'd recommend look at the Xbox price. Look how much they're on PlayStation. You can use Footbin. Again, there might be other things I know that Footbin would work for this. And then just try and find players that have a very good PlayStation price to Xbox price ratio. Again, I might drop down some examples, because I did this a lot last year. In fact, I'll drop down some examples right now. Yeah, the likes of Aspilicueta, I remember this worked really well with, because although he's 86 rated, he was a very, very expensive 86, because you'd have 86s like Pepe and so on that just really aren't demanded. 86s might be sent about 8k, whereas you've got the likes of Aspilicueta who send around about 40 to 50k. So, you know, this is a very expensive 86. Again, other players you did have the likes of Martial. I did a lot with Aurier last year, that's why I'm talking about him. Marcus Alonso was another one. Again, you're going to be finding Prem players, a lot of them, because there's just so much demand for them that their low rating, and therefore them being packed a fair bit, is just countered because they're demanded so much. So, again, you can look for the Prem, but the main thing is just using that search filter, you know. Inaki Williams would have been good because, again, he's low rated, high value. Who else would have been good? Again, Gabriel Jesus was insane off the bat. But the problem is you probably want to go the less mainstream players, which again is why Aurier worked, because you could use Aurier, Bellerin, Valencia, Walker. You know, there are so many options that some of the lower options that were still decent just weren't looked at as much, and therefore as a result being a good investment. Now, one thing I will say, because I understand this has probably been a relatively short video, is that this actually works for a really, and I'll probably cover this maybe in the next video. Looking at the low rating, high value players is also another thing, or another like criteria such, which is really good to look for in rewards. Because of course rewards, you know, so many packs are being opened and the low rated ones are being packed. You know, you'd want to think equally, you know, you'd want to think every 81 can be packed equally, say it's a rare gold. Who knows that? You know, we don't know. So as a result, you know, they're normally really good to pick up because they're being flooded on the market because they're low rated, but they have enough demand to rise in no time, you know. So you can mass bid on them, you can buy now them, you can snipe them, hold on to them for the next day and they're worth a bit of money. But that's going off of this method. So yeah, thank you very much for watching this video. The videos are getting shorter, but that's because it's took me 3 days to make 6 videos. Trust me, when it comes to this whole like Photoshop sort of videos, they take me ages. I was up till 2 last night making this, making yesterday's one. So yeah, I guess pumping them out a little bit lower quality, but again, hopefully they're still entertaining as such. So thank you very much for watching the video. Of course, make sure to drop a sub if you want to see these. These will hopefully be uploaded daily. Make sure to drop a like if it, you know, if you'd like to. I do put a fair bit of effort into them. You can check out the Twitter because I tweet when I'm live. You can check out the Twitch because I'll be streaming 12 to 14 hours a day. Come over around about, I'd say, the 15th, 17th, which should be good. And yeah, thank you very much for watching. Tomorrow's video, I'll probably just cover how to make money during rewards because again, we do have, I think there's like a squad battles and a FUT Champs rewards on early access and EA access, so probably covering for both consoles. But yeah, thank you very, and of course, we do have Division Rivals, so that's like 3 lots of rewards you can use to, you know, mass bid on and snipe when they drop them. So thank you very much for watching, and see you guys tomorrow.